Dwelling approvals skyrocket. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because building approvals have skyrocketed. They're up 21.6%. And I will bring up this chart to show you. There you go. It's shooting up. Right back to even where it was before 2 months ago. Well, obviously this is because the HomeBuilder scheme is coming to an end. I think we'll see March. Today's the last day you can get those building approvals. I think we'll see another jump in approvals, and then it's going to crash. Then it'll crash. So let's look at this latest media release from the ABS. The number of dwelling approvals rose 21.6% in February, seasonally adjusted, after falling 19.4% in January, according to data released by the ABS today. And if we look at this chart, you can see, well, we're much higher than it has been since this chart, since before 2006. We had a bit of a spike in 2018 with the apartments, private sector dwellings excluding houses, but houses have not been this hot in a long time. Well, because government's juicing it, guys. It's stimulus. So if you're in the game, if you're taking advantage of these approvals, make hay while the sun shines. Because I don't think it's going to last. It's not going to keep going. Bill Becker, Director of Construction Statistics at the ABS, said approvals for private houses increased 15.1% in February, exceeding the previous record high set in December last year. Since the introduction of the HomeBuilder grant in June 2020, private house approvals have risen by almost 70%. Approvals for private sector dwellings, excluding houses, townhouses and apartments, rose by 45.3% seasonally adjusted terms, coming off a 9-year low in January. Total dwelling approvals rose in Queensland 40.5%, Tasmania 31.6%, Victoria 21.7%, Western Australia 19.1%, New South Wales 16.1%, and dwelling approvals fell in South Australia by 3.4%. So this is, I've been talking about the pinata that is the housing sector. Right here. Look at that. Look at those increases. That's the government hitting that pinata, and they're wanting that economic activity stimulus to fall out. And the advantage of them doing it this way with the HomeBuilder scheme, I know all the lefties want us all to live in shitty Soviet-style, crappy housing. This is getting more bang for your buck. Okay? For every, 15 grand it's gone down to, you get a minimum of $150,000 of additional economic activity. That's what they want. If you spend that on social housing, how much additional economic activity do you get? Well, nothing guaranteed, only the 15,000. There you go. That's the point of it, guys. They don't care about people. It's not handouts to the wealthy. It's just keeping money moving. They want to keep activity moving. They want to keep people in jobs. They want to keep the velocity of the money flowing through the economy. But the problem is, what happens is we get the Cantillon effect, guys. So this is where the supply of money is increasing and it's being directed through property, and then you get a bubble relative to the price of other goods. That's why housing is just so unaffordable, and wage growth isn't keeping up with it because, well, you don't need to hire people, do you? You don't need to hire people in Australia. You can offshore it, you can outsource it, and it's getting easier and easier to avoid all the rigmarole. So let's keep going here. Approvals for private sector houses rose across all mainland states in February. Queensland 25.4, WA 16.7, NSW 14.5, Victoria 11.1, and South Australia 4%. The value of total building approvals increased 23.3% in seasonally adjusted terms. The value of total residential building rose 21.0%, comprising a 22.8% rise in new residential building and 11.1% increase in alterations and additions. The value of non-residential building also increased in February 27.5%. If we jump through here, we can see the data. So total dwellings approved, 19,422, up 20% on the year. Look at that, private sector housing, up 57.5% on the year. Everyone. Are you in the housing game? We don't do much housing. We focus more on commercial type of architectural projects. But if you're in it, guys, good luck to you. Take advantage of it. So private sector dwellings, excluding houses, is 28.7%. Now, this is the problem. There is a difference in just the techniques and construction methodology between housing and commercial. It's not so easy to transfer from one to the other. And here we go. Look, there's the dwelling units approved. There's houses just skyrocketing. That's the home builder rocketing up right there, and that's the rest of the sector. What else do we have here? Let's look at the number of houses. New South Wales, 2.5. Victoria, 4,200. Queensland, 27. 1,200 in SA, nearly 2.5. Just the tad under in WA, and we don't have data for Tasmania, Northern Territory, or the ACT because apparently they don't exist. Except for dwelling units in Tasmania up 31%. That's interesting. Look at that. Victoria, Queensland. Total dwelling units, 40%. Are we building more apartments here in Queensland, guys? Oh, boy. Value, up 22% of new residential building. Alterations, up 11. Total residential, up 21. Non-residential, up 27. We can see here the value is going up. Is that value? I wonder if they adjust that for inflation. So, there we have it, everyone. Building approvals skyrocketing. I can't imagine anyone is at all surprised by this, and it'll be interesting to see how high it goes in March. Because remember, these are just approvals. They're a sign of what work is coming up. You know, what will be going in the next quarter. So it's good for your pipeline if you're in the game. But if we get, if it goes back down afterwards, you gotta not borrow to get that jet ski, guys, if you're in it. But, HomeBuilder is working. Problem is, all of this focus on housing exacerbates the property price bubble that we have in housing. It destroys the affordability, and it destroys incentives for people to invest in other things. And that just continues Australia down the path that we constantly have. This is the problem with government interventions. It is picking one winner, and here it's people in the housing industry, the builders, the tradies, all of them, that are reaping the rewards from this. And smart people will take advantage of it, and they'll squirrel away the money and not just blow it on stuff. While others will burn through it and then put the hand out saying, we need more stimulus, we need to support the sector. That's the problem, guys, and it just keeps going on and on and on. And then we get to a point where average people can't even afford to get into these sectors. What do you think? We need to advocate for smaller government and less intervention, but that's going to be hard to do when they're giving out candy to all the kids. As always, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one in the comments down below. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and enjoy the content I create here, there are a few ways you can support us. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us using our affiliate links from Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband. Take care. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.